Hey loves, and welcome to Heart Guidance. My name is Crystal. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. If you are already subscribed here, welcome back. So tonight I have a love message from your person. I will be pulling from this deck here just to see how your person is currently feeling, how they are currently viewing you and or your connection, as well as any other important messages that they may have for you at this time, okay? Before we get into this reading, I do have a very quick download. So this may not resonate with everyone, but I'm getting ear ringing. So you may notice that you're hearing ringing in your ear or just picking up on different audible frequencies at this time. And this is only for those of you who don't have any medical history that could cause something like this. This is for someone who has a very close-knit connection with their spiritual team. Because when the spiritual realm engages with your senses in this way, there is something that's about to be revealed to you. And it's usually very, very quickly. And I'm getting it's tied to this masculine that's on your mind. Maybe you experience ringing in your ears when you think of this person, but what's also sticking out here is the way this energy is showing up. Because there are different meanings for this depending on which ear it is. So if you're experiencing this in your left ear, this is tied to your receiving energy. So this is very, very personal. Any ringing from the left side is always super specific to you and is tied to your life in some way. But if you're receiving this from the right side, this is usually pointing to some type of external energy that's approaching you or heading your way from the outside to the inside of your energetic field. So that may not be for everyone, but I was just guided to share that download before I begin the reading. So if you have been experiencing this, there's definitely a message in this reading for you. I'm also getting sleep patterns. So you may have noticed that since the full moon, something about your sleep is a little bit off. Maybe you're staying up later than you usually stay up. Maybe you're waking up at really odd hours. All of this is significant in some way. And it's some way tied to this masculine that you're connected to. So I can already tell before we even get into the reading, before I start pulling cards, that this is a very spiritual connection because your guides are involved in this in a really, really interesting way. But let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get a very clear and concise message directly from their heart space. Okay, so the first message that we have is, I know the real you. Wow. Divine Feminine, I'm getting the words, you didn't have a choice, very clearly. So there's a masculine in your energy field who's been holding something back from you, specifically when it comes to how they feel about you. And because of that, you have been under the impression that your connection is unfolding one way, but your person has a completely different outlook on everything that's happening at this time. And it's beginning to weigh on them emotionally. And it's coming through as you not really having a choice, Divine Feminine, because when it comes to this person opening up to you, it's almost like they have decided for you. This is someone that definitely allows you to believe certain things about them because they know this truth that they're holding on to is going to change the energy of your connection the minute that they open up and express it. So they're being intentional about this. So when it comes to how you're showing up in your connection, it's almost as if your person knows that you're following their lead. And they know this because they pay very, very close attention to you. They notice that you always match their energy, whether they're being very open, very honest and expressive, or whether they're being a little bit more relaxed or even laid back. And this has been working to their benefit because whether you know it or not, this one thing is allowing them to control the outcome in most situations. But what's sticking out here is that they know something about you that could instantly change everything. So whether you know it or not, there's a huge spotlight on your body language, your speech, and most importantly, how you respond to this masculine. because it's almost as if they enjoy having access to something that could immediately shift everything in their lives and in your life. But deep down, they're also wondering if you can handle the weight of this truth that they're carrying. Because whatever this is that your person knows is definitely going to make you question a lot of things that have already happened in your connection. So with this card here, I know the real you. This kind of feels like a warning, okay? Your person could be unconsciously calling for truth at this time. Maybe you're calling for truth around certain things when it comes to this person. But it's almost as if the weight of this truth that your person is carrying is very, very heavy because they've been holding it in from the very beginning. So from the very beginning of your connection, your person noticed something about you that they tried to ignore, only because they felt like you could not handle what they picked up on or what they saw. And I keep getting the word beneficial. So not only does your person feel justified in holding this truth back from you, but they also feel justified in keeping it from you for as long as they have, okay? So this energy is tracing back to the very, very beginning of your connection. So this is long overdue. Let's get the next message here. Okay, so the next message that we have is plot twist. Yeah, whatever this is huge. And I'm getting don't judge a book by its cover. But the energy is not pointing to you, Divine Feminine, it's pointing to this masculine. This is someone who has been hiding the most powerful part of themselves. And not because they want to be misleading or they want to be deceptive, but because they really do not think that you can handle this aspect of their personality. So I don't know how you're coming off or how you're presenting in this connection, but for some reason, this masculine has decided to make a lot of decisions for you. So if you're noticing a pattern of this masculine just being really calculated when it comes to you, it's because you are not aligned with a normal masculine. You are with a masculine that is highly intuitive and also very, very sensitive to the energies of other people. But this is definitely something about them that's been hidden. And it's also connected to this truth that they're holding on to about you. So with this card here, plot twist, this is about the power dynamic. You are about to find out, amongst many other things, that you're connected to a masculine who has a completely different side. And because it's so different from how they naturally present, it's something that they use to their advantage because they know that no one would assume this about them. And this is actually playing out in your connection in real time. Because with this card here, I'm just picking up on this really, really intuitive energy. And anytime this heavy intuitive energy comes through, it usually points to a feminine. But this is pointing to your person. And I'm getting clearly that this masculine does not look very spiritual at all, even though spirituality doesn't have a look. But there are certain people that you would never think live a more spiritually aligned life. And this masculine that you're connected to is one of them. This is why your person is calculating how much of this truth they can offer you, or if you can even handle what they have to say, because you have not met this other side of them, Divine Feminine. You may not even be aware that your person is intuitive, that they're spiritual, that they're tapped in. It's almost like this is a hidden aspect of their personality. But they have definitely been watching you, okay? For them to have this energy that they know the real you, they have picked up on some major, major information just by sitting back and observing your energy. And they know that once you meet the other side of them, everything is going to change. Specifically the power dynamic, because their level of intuition allows them to see things about you or to tap into deeper truths behind every single thing that you say or do. And the way their energy is coming through, it's almost as if they have a completely different idea of who you really are, all based upon your energy. So they're definitely using this spiritual gift to their advantage, but it doesn't feel malicious. This is someone who believes that their intuition is only for them, or they believe that it's not something that you go around sharing or explaining to everyone. So their entire approach to your connection, it feels divinely guided. So I feel like this reading is bracing you for a major plot twist when it comes to how you see your person and also how you're able to show up in this connection. Because clearly you've been under the impression that your connection is unfolding in one way, but your person has a completely different outlook on everything that's happening at this time. Okay? Let's get the next message here. Okay, so the next message that we have is you're not as mysterious as you think. Wow. Divine Feminine, whoever this person is that you are connected to, they have some very, very strong opinions about you. This is picking up on two souls who are in the same connection, but are having two completely different experiences. And according to this masculine, it's by choice. And this is picking up on how you show up in this connection. Divine Feminine, your energy is coming through as someone who is extremely selective with what you show this masculine, even if you've been with them for a while now. Something about you is very private. But whether you know it or not, this is something that your masculine can see through. And it's not even like you're trying to be this way with them, but they may play along as if it's hard for them to read you. And it's hard for them to see into your moods or your emotions or certain things that you say. But the energy is very clear. It's not hard for them at all. This is also the real reason why they wonder if you can handle this truth, because deep down, this masculine believes that you are afraid of them. And not in a bad way, but they see your mysterious nature as a shield to your true feelings. And what's being highlighted here is that they play along with you. This is someone who doesn't have an issue with making you comfortable in this connection. But if they were being 100% honest, this is what they would tell you, that you are not as mysterious as you think. After sitting back and watching how you respond to their energy, they made the decision for you because they don't think you have the ability to hide how you really feel. And maybe this is your natural disposition. Maybe you are very private, or there are certain parts of yourself that you like to keep concealed until you reach a certain time frame or milestone in your connection. But it's almost as if this masculine can see you clearly, okay? You are connected to a masculine who is very, very in tune with their emotions. I'm even getting this person could be a water sign, or maybe they have heavy water sign placements in their chart. Even if they come off very, very solid on the outside, this is someone who is highly intuitive. They know things about the feminine energy that most masculines will overlook. So they don't read your mysterious nature in the same way as everyone else, or in the way that you may think. They read it as protection, or as you covering up or hiding parts of yourself from them for a much deeper reason. This is why they're being strategic about telling you this truth, because they don't think you can handle it. From the outside looking in, Divine Feminine, you may come off very guarded. You're not very easy to get close to. Your energy is just very elusive. And I'm getting that this is how everyone in your life views you. But this masculine does not see you in that way. They see your mystery as a cover to something so much deeper. Especially when it comes to how you choose to show up in this connection. They simply see it as protection. This is why they are so cautious or so calculated with your energy, because you're cautious with their energy. So you two are mirroring one another in different ways. This energy is very, very indirect. So I don't know how you are showing up currently or how you have been engaged in this masculine, but what's being highlighted here is that Because your person has a high level of intuition, they are not viewing you how everyone else is viewing you. They are under the impression that they know the real you, divine feminine. Even if you're coming off private, selective, very, very elusive, or even mysterious, this person is under the assumption that you're only showing up in this connection in this way or engaging them in this way because you're trying to protect yourself from something that you feel about them. And what's interesting is that this demeanor that you have, it usually acts as a barrier, okay? It usually keeps people who don't really have good intentions for you at bay. But because this masculine feels like they know the real you, it's making them lean into you more because they feel like they have an idea of why you carry yourself this way. And it's almost as if the more they're in your energy or the closer they get to you, the closer they get to that truth. So this message is very direct. This masculine wants you to know that there are so many things that you don't know about them, specifically when it comes to their spiritual gifts. They've been keeping this hidden from you from the very, very beginning. And they may have their reasons for engaging you in this way, divine feminine. But I'm just picking up on two people in the very same connection having two completely different experiences because you're under the impression that you're being perceived in one way or your energy is being received in one way. But I'm getting clearly that this masculine has a completely different opinion of you. And when they come to you and reveal the totality of this truth, it is going to completely shock you. Okay? Let's get the next message here. Wow. So the next message that we have is, I knew before you. And I'm picking up on laughter with this card here, okay? This person that you're in a connection with, they have a very, very interesting personality. I'm picturing this masculine who's sitting back and maybe even laughing to themselves because they find it interesting that you're the one who's coming off very mysterious when they actually fell for you first. And they don't think that you understand what it feels like to be the masculine in this situation and catching feelings without really having context of what your connection is or how it's going to turn out. So they're sitting back and laughing to themselves, or maybe they're laughing to someone in confidence because you're coming off very, very private or, very, very standoffish or even laid back, as if you have to protect yourself from them. But from their point of view, you actually have way more power than you think because the energy is very clear. This is someone who knew who you were first, divine feminine. They fell for you first. And they genuinely wonder how you would respond or what would change in your connection if they were to present that truth to you. Because you are completely unaware that this masculine has been in love with you from the very beginning. This is why they don't find you to be mysterious, because everything about your energy points to the fact that you feel the same exact way that they feel. But they notice by watching you that you may still try to appear a little bit more elusive, even after them getting to know you pretty well, because you both have yet to have a conversation about this. You both have yet to state the obvious. So with this card here, I knew before you, you are in a connection with someone who knew instantly, very, very early on in this connection, that what they felt for you was not normal. And that sooner or later, they would have to sit you down and have a very serious conversation about their feelings. But what has them taking their time is the way that you respond to them. Because to them, your energy comes off as you being protective or a little overprotective of your heart space. So to them, that's a dead giveaway. It's almost like you're saying without saying that you also have deep feelings for them. There's also something coming through here about the eye contact. So there could be a very specific look that you give this masculine that just drives them crazy. But it's so much deeper than that. It's the body language or the natural chemistry between you that makes it very, very obvious how you feel. So if you've been wondering what it is that this person is keeping from you, what it is that this masculine wants to tell you, why they have been showing up extra cautious in this connection, it's because they knew from the moment that they saw you that you were the one, that you were their divine feminine. And for some reason, they feel like this gives them some type of advantage in some way. Let's get the next message here. Yeah, confirmation. The next message that we have is God sent me signs. If you're wondering how this masculine knew so early on, it's because they were sent really, really specific signs about you. But none of them made sense until they met you. So there's definitely a backstory here. Or there were very specific events that took place that led up to this masculine meeting you or aligning with you in the 3D. It's almost like this masculine knew that they were about to align with you, divine feminine, but your true identity was hidden somewhere. And it was set up in a way where they would know as soon as the right person showed up. So when they met you, they knew who you were instantly because there was something about you that gave you away. I'm also getting throat chakra very clearly. Almost like God knew that once you opened your mouth, this masculine would immediately know who you are. And that's exactly what happened. And maybe you didn't even know that you were giving yourself away or exposing your identity in these conversations or these brief exchanges because, again, you are someone who is naturally private. But it's almost as if your person knew exactly what to look for intuitively. So it was your speech, divine feminine, that gave you away. It's almost as if God knew that you would instantly stand out by the way that you chose to communicate with this masculine. There could have also been a few buzzwords that was given to this masculine. Something about their energy is just very, very spiritual. This entire process for them was intuitive. But in case you're wondering, it was your speech that immediately separated you from everyone else. And because the throat chakra is one of the spiritual energy centers, you and this masculine communicate well beyond words. Okay, I'm just getting that very clearly. You communicate through eye contact. You communicate non-verbally. It's almost like you have a secret language with one another. Anytime that throat chakra energy comes through, it's tapping into some highly spiritual beings on both sides, okay? So divine feminine, even though you are selective, I'm getting that you are very deep. You still have a really powerful voice, or you just have the ability to change this masculine's emotional state just by them listening to you. And this is not an easy thing to do because this is where most feminine energy may get nervous or overlook every little thing that they say. But your energy is coming through very different. You have a way of expressing yourself that is very clear and concise without really revealing much. So as soon as you begin to speak, even about the most normal or mundane things, alarm bells went off for your person and they instantly knew that you were special. This is another reason why your person thinks that you're not really that mysterious because God kind of prepared them for you. And I'm also being brought back to that download with the ear ringing or something about audible messages. Maybe your masculine picks up on this when it comes to you as well. But all of this is deeply relevant to the throat chakra. So communication is a heavy theme in this connection because this feels like two souls who are highly intuitive, but it's picking up on how your masculine is using their intuition versus how you are, okay? Let's get the last message here. Oh, wow. The last message that we have is my body remembers you. Wow. This experience with you feels so powerful because it honestly feels like I'm tapping into something ancient. This masculine is so sure about you and was able to easily identify you because they've loved you before. This is a past life connection that I'm picking up on because it is extremely rare for the divine masculine to recognize the divine feminine first. But when they do, it's because they really don't have a choice. So, with this card here, my body remembers you, you really have no idea how much control and influence that you actually have in this connection. Even if this is a new connection, even if this connection is more energetic, if you and your person are at a physical distance at this time, it's almost as if when this masculine first aligned with you, their entire body stood at attention. They had a very powerful physical reaction to you, unlike anything that they've ever experienced before. This is another reason why your person does not find you mysterious, divine feminine, because the more you spoke and the closer that they got to your energy field, the more they realized that what they feel for you is so much deeper than they expected. You have been pulling on this masculine mentally, emotionally, and sexually since day one, since the first time that they crossed paths with you. But the number one thing that solidified it for your person is that they could not ignore you if they tried. And I keep getting the words standing at attention. So this is how they responded to you, or this is how they naturally respond to you in the connection. It's like before you come around, they are content, they are relaxed in their mind, body, and soul. But the minute they see your face or even hear your voice, something happens on the inside of them that makes them feel so much more alive or so much more alert. And it's really easy for them to track this energy back to you because nobody else has this effect on them. So this connection is very interesting because it's almost as if subconsciously you both know that this is ancient or that something about this specific connection feels oddly familiar, but you've been responding to it differently. Divine Feminine, you're in this place where you're a little bit more protective over your energy or how much you allow this masculine to see. And this could be because deep down you feel that they already know so much about you, or for some of you, this could just be your natural reaction to every masculine. But either way, this specific person can see right through you. And they've reached this place where they've seen enough. They want to tell you every single thing that they've picked up on in this connection from day one. But they genuinely wonder if you can handle everything that they have to say because they have been watching you. They have been receiving signs about you, messages from the universe. There's so much spiritual energy coming through in this reading. They know that their energy is rare or different from any masculine that you've ever experienced. And they also know that once they come clean about everything, they're going to get a different version of you, or at least they're hoping that they get a different version of you because there's really going to be no need for you to hold back or for you to have this veil over your energy or to appear mysterious to them. But the energy in this reading is very direct, it's very clear. It is aimed at a very, very specific feminine energy. So if you've been wondering how you have been affecting your person in real time, they can feel everything very, very deeply, even the things that they don't mention or they don't speak on. And it has just been confirmation after confirmation since the very, very day that they met you. And it's gotten to this point where they really want to sit you down and have a very, very deep conversation about what it is that they know. Because this is someone who feels like they know the real you, regardless of how you have been showing up in your life or how you have shown up in other connections. This is someone that has paid a great deal of attention to you, and they have so much information that they're ready to present it to you. But I feel like every single one of these cards is kind of expressing why they know for sure that it's you, or why they know for sure that you are their person. So they could be going through all of this before they present this to you, but there's definitely some type of sacred exchange that's heading your way. So if you've been hearing that ear ringing, or if you just feel this energy of something approaching your energy field, it is this person, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and end the reading here. If you resonated with this message, please be sure to hit the like button on your way out. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm going to head over to Patreon just to pull 3 more cards to get a little deeper, to see what else your person has to tell you or what other realizations they've come to in this connection. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.